The India-Pakistan border fell silent on May 10, 2025. A ceasefire, brokered by the United States, brought a halt to the deadliest fighting in years. The truce, however, remains precarious. It does little to address the deep-seated issues that sparked the conflict. The recent fighting erupted after a horrific terror attack in Indian-administered Kashmir. On April 22, 2025, 26 Hindu tourists were killed in Pahalgam. India blamed Pakistan-based militants. Tensions escalated rapidly. India launched Operation Sindoor on May 7, 2025. It targeted alleged terror camps within Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Pakistan retaliated with Operation Bunyan Marsoos. Both sides exchanged fire across the line of control using drones, missiles and artillery. The fighting resulted in approximately 70 deaths, mostly civilians. The violence displaced thousands along the volatile border. The international community watched with growing alarm. The specter of a larger conflict, potentially involving nuclear weapons, loomed large. The ceasefire agreement was a direct result of intense international pressure. The United States played a key role in mediating the truce. US President Trump, Secretary of State Rubio, and Vice President Vance engaged in frantic diplomacy. They urged both sides to step back from the brink. The United Kingdom, Saudi Arabia, and China also pushed for de-escalation. These global powers recognized the dangerous trajectory of the conflict. They feared a wider regional war with unpredictable consequences. The ceasefire agreement mandates a complete halt to all military actions along the line of control. It also calls for both countries to initiate talks at a neutral site. The details of these talks, however, remain unclear. The ceasefire brought a fragile peace. Both sides agreed to halt military operations. They also agreed to start talking. However, the agreement did not address the underlying issues that caused the conflict. Beyond the diplomatic efforts, economic factors also contributed to the ceasefire. Pakistan, facing a severe economic crisis, could ill afford a prolonged conflict. The country's economy, already fragile, was further strained by the fighting. India, on the other hand, was keen to maintain its focus on economic growth. As the current president of the G20, India was eager to avoid a conflict that could derail its economic agenda. The risk of a nuclear escalation also weighed heavily on the minds of both countries. While both India and Pakistan possess nuclear weapons, the potential consequences of their use are too catastrophic to contemplate. Pakistan's brief signaling of a meeting of its nuclear oversight body, though later denied, served as a stark reminder of the stakes involved. The ceasefire provided both India and Pakistan with a face-saving way out of a dangerous situation. India could claim success in its anti-terrorism operation. Pakistan could emphasize its commitment to restraint and dialogue. Despite the ceasefire, significant challenges remain. The core issue of Kashmir remains unresolved. The disputed territory lies at the heart of the India-Pakistan conflict. Neither side has shown a willingness to compromise on its claims. The ceasefire is being hailed as a victory for diplomacy. However, it is important to remember that the underlying issues remain unresolved. The risk of renewed conflict is very real. Speculation abounds about hidden deals struck as part of the ceasefire agreement. Some reports suggest that Pakistan may have received economic incentives, such as a $1 billion IMF loan in exchange for agreeing to the truce. These claims remain unverified. The India-Pakistan ceasefire is a welcome development. However, it is only a first step. Both countries need to address the underlying causes of the conflict. Without a genuine commitment to peace, the region will continue to teeter on the brink.